With the 15th round of Super Rugby's matches now a thing of the past, it is time for us to work out which players shone over the past weekend. The Crusaders and Brumbies lead the way with 4 representatives apiece in our team after their wins over the Hurricanes and Bulls respectively, while the Rebels and Chiefs are next best with 2 players each. Super Rugby, team of round 15 Tom Banks Brumbies, just about everything Banks touched on Saturday turned to gold. Scored one of the tries of the season, running from well within his own half as he showed electric pace to weave his way past pretty much the entire Bulls defense in down. In the end, beat 8 defenders from 10 carries for 109 meters with 3 clean breaks. Beats out Emiliano Boffelli, who shone for the Jaguares, creating space for his teammates with some incisive carries. 14 Marika Koroibete Rebels. Koroibete was so good we just had to find space for the former NRL star, so we've moved him from the left to the right wing after he scored a scintillating hat-trick against the Sunwolves. It has been a rather lean campaign for Koroibete, who previously had scored just 1 from 9 this season, but he came to life on Saturday with 3 superb finishes. His teammate Jack Maddox and the Chiefs' Tony Pulu also impressed. 13 Jack Goodhue, Crusaders. The Whangarei-born centre has taken up the mantle of defensive responsibility in the absence of Ryan Crotty. Goodhue marshalled the Crusaders' defense expertly once again in Friday's encounter against Super Rugby's most potent attack, the Hurricanes. He wasn't bad on attack either, making 3 tackle busts for 52 meters. Edges out the Waratahs Curtis Rona and Red Samu Karevi, who both gave their sides plenty of cutting edge. 12 Charlie Natai Chiefs. He might not have made the All Blacks cut for their upcoming series against France, but Natai certainly put in a performance worthy of international recognition on Saturday. Gave a calm, assured performance as captain, was a constant threat with ball in hand while he was astute with his tactical kicking. Meanwhile, Kyle Godwin took his try brilliantly for the Brumbies and Damien Diende had some good moments in a losing Stormers' cause. 11 Ramiro Moyano, Jaguares. The hat-trick hero may have had some easy run-ins, but his assist for Bautista Delgai's try was nothing short of sublime as he ran from 22 to 22 before timing the pass expertly for his wing partner to go over. The Las Pumas winger made a staggering 6 clean breaks from 13 carries and proved a constant thorn in the opposition defense. The Bulls' Johnny Coates and Highlanders' Tavita Lee also deserve mentions. 10 Richie Mo'unga, Crusaders. While helped by a pack going forward, the fly half comprehensively outplayed Beauden Barrett, the 2-time World Player of the Year. Mo'unga's control in difficult conditions was impressive and the Pivot's kicking game consistently pinned the visitors back inside their own 22. Although Mo'unga will be behind Barrett in the pecking order for the June games against France, it has shown Steve Hansen that he is ready to make the step up to Test rugby. Another contender for the All Blacks fly-half jersey, Damian McKenzie, Chiefs, also impressed at the weekend, but the Crusaders man deservedly takes the position in the 15. 9 Joe Powell, Brumbies. It was a superb result for the Australian side versus the Bulls in South Africa, and the scrum half was at the heart of it. Powell created 2 tries, made 35 meters with ball in hand and was a constant threat around the fringes. He also provided good service to Christian Lilifano from the base, meaning that he edges out Nick Groom, who shone in the Lions' come-from-behind victory against his former team, the Stormers. 8 Amanaki Mafi, Rebels. The Japan international, when fit, is always in contention for this spot, and the back row are once again impressed for the Rebels. Maffey is the Melbourne-based outfit's primary ball carrier and he duly ran for over 100 meters, something the number 8 seems to do consistently. While the Crusaders' Hayden Bedwell-Curtis and the Chiefs' Liam Messam also stood out, the 28-year-old's performance was impossible to ignore. 7 Matt Todd, Crusaders, another dominant performance at the breakdown by the open side as the Christchurch outfit controlled the forward exchanges against the Hurricanes. The industrious back row made 8 carries and 13 tackles as he helped his side put pressure on Chris Boyd's men up front. Marcos Kramer produced another physical display in the Jaguares' triumph over the Sharks, but, on this form, the Crusaders' stalwart should really be in the All Blacks squad. 6 Lachlan McCaffrey, Brumbies. The blind side has had a good first season back at the Brumbies after a 4-year spell in England with London Welsh and Leicester Tigers. McCaffrey has been an ever-present for the Canberra outfit in 2018 and was vital as they impressively overcame the Bulls at Loftus-Versfeld. He scored a try and made 46 metres with ball in hand to edge out fellow Australian Angus Scott Young, Reds, for a place in the team. 5 Tom Franklin, Highlanders. This was a difficult choice as Rebels skipper Adam Coleman also played well in his side's triumph against the Sun Wolves, but Franklin makes our team after a solid shift in his side's narrow win over the Reds in Brisbane. Franklin did well in the lineouts, was a willing ball carrier and I'm pressed on defense with 14 hits. 4 Brodie Retallick, Chiefs. Arguably the world's best lock, Retallick highlighted his importance to the Chiefs with another polished display in their victory over the Waratahs in Hamilton. The All Blacks did his bit as a ball carrier, gaining 27 metres from 13 carries with 2 defenders beaten, and also managed the same number of clean breaks and offloads. Scored a deserved try, made 10 tackles and won 3 turnovers. The Highlanders' Jackson Hemopo and Matt Phillip of the Rebels also played well. 3 Michael Olahalatua, Crusaders. This was a tough choice as the Brumbies' Alan Olahalatua also caught the eye against the Bulls in Pretoria, but we've opted for his older brother, who delivered a super all-round performance for the Crusaders in trying conditions against the Hurricanes in Christchurch. The 26-year-old stood his man in the scrums, did well on defense, especially around the fringes of the rucks and mauls, and was rewarded with a well-taken try for his efforts. 2 Cornforey, Lions. The Lions were dealt a blow early on in their narrow triumph over the Stormers in Cape Town, when Robbie Coetzee was forced off the field due to injury, but that proved to be a blessing in disguise as Forey made a big impact when he came on as a replacement. 29-year-old delivered a busy shift in which he proved a handful on attack and eventually scored a brace of tries. The Brumbies' Brandon Pangaimosa did well before being red-carded in Pretoria, and Acker van der Merwe also played well for the Sharks in a losing cause against the Jaguares. 1 Scott Sio, Brumbies. The Canberra-based outfit deserved plenty of credit for their forward effort against the Bulls, and Sio was one of the standout performers in that department. The Wallaby delivered a solid scrummaging performance, carried strongly, did well on defense and also cleaned out the rucks with great intent. Beats out Santiago Garcia Bot of the Jaguares and Crusaders veteran Wyatt Crockett.